Sage Wanderer here, and welcome to the sheep pen. Bah! No goats allowed. So today, I want us to get angry. We're mad as hell, and we're not going to take it anymore. It's time for us to shout, 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 shout at the devil. Today, we're talking about spiritual warfare. We're talking about the nature of evil, how to combat it, through prayer, through intercessory prayer, and through spiritual warfare, and eventually exorcism. So let's talk about the devil, okay? In the famous song by the Rolling Stones, Sympathy for the Devil, I think it lays out a pretty good picture of demon activity. How that they are these, I won't call them eternal beings, they're created. I don't know what the lifespan is of an angel or a demon. I don't know if they have a lifespan. They may have eternal life just like we do, right? For those of us who believe. So I do know this, that just like the song Sympathy for the Devil, these demons keep reoccurring they're just always constant. Humans come and go, but these demons and angels remain. And, the Bible tells us in Hebrews chapter 11, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. Or in some translation, evidence of unseen things or the unseen world. So it's this concept that there are three dimensions: height, width, and depth, okay? But there may be a fourth dimension. Some say that's time, okay? Well, then let's skip to the fifth dimension. This other elemental vibrational imagery that we cannot see with our eyes. In other words, the concept that there's an unseen world that exists in the space that we currently inhabit in a way that we cannot see them. So the invisible world, the world of angels and demons, ghosts, spirits, poltergeists, whatever you want to call these things, the disembodied spirit, let's put it that way, that they have a way of existing on this same plane with us in a way that they can see us, interact with us when they choose, and we are blind and deaf to them otherwise. In the song Sympathy for the Devil, they talk about how they've inhabited different people down through time, this demon. He rode on the tanks of the Blitzkrieg. He was there when when communism rose, right? He was there when Jesus was betrayed and sacrificed on the cross. And so these demons keep re-inhabiting people down through time. It's why when you uncloak one of these things during a exorcism or a deliverance, you realize you're dealing with not just a highly experienced, wise, intelligent demon, entity, but also one that's become more wicked over time. That if you've ever known somebody who gave their lives to wickedness and to evil, and never tried to do the right thing and just embraced evil, by the time they get old, their depravity combined with their experience is some of the most bone-chilling discussions you can have is with somebody that's just an unrepentant sinner, right, for their whole life and who've survived till later in life. So imagine that if you were this kind of eternal entity or a demon with a long lifespan, and your existence had, traveled down through time, and how wicked could you become? How evil? How mind-bendingly twisted could you become, right? You're already starting as a demon, and then you have all of this time to, calcify. You have all this time to harden, all this time to become even more depraved. And so, but back to the Sympathy for the Devil song, one of the things that it keeps talking about is what puzzles you is the nature of my game, according to what the devil would say. So what he's gloating about in the song there is that you know who I am and you know what I do, but you don't know why I do what I do. And I think that's the big mystery of this communication from the demonic in the form of song by the Rolling Stones, that they're asking this question. The puzzle for you to figure out is, what is the nature of the game? Why does the devil do what he does? Well, some will say that's just evil. It's just the nature of evil. It's just this. It's just, well, let's be more perfectly clear about this. The devil specifically hates us. Demons specifically hate humans. They despise us. They loathe us. They wish to torture, kill, steal, destroy, rape, rob, pillage. They want to bring about maximum pain with minimum effort to as many humans as possible. That is the nature of their game. To steal, kill, and destroy. The Bible says the devil's like a roaring lion, roaming to and fro, seeking whom he may devour. So the devil is filled with a hatred and a hunger to devour us, to devour our spirits, to destroy us and trample us underfoot. That ought to piss you off. Doesn't that piss you off? Doesn't that piss you off that they hate you so bad they want you dead? Are you just going to lay there and take it? Are you just going to sing along with the Rolling Stones and have sympathy for the devil? Or are you going to let this piss you off? See, the number one thing that I will tell you at the very beginning, if you contact me and go, hey, I'm having demonic influence in my life I'd like to get free from, or you send me an email that says, hey, I'd like to learn how to pray. I want to be a prayer warrior. I want to learn intercessory prayer. The first thing I'm going to tell you is that all starts from being really pissed. You can't do any of that unless you get pissed off. Think about it this way. What really motivates somebody to defend their home against a home invader, against somebody that comes into their house? They want to rape your wife, right? They want to kill you. They want to take your stuff. They want to, murder your children and then set your house on fire when they leave. What motivates us to protect that? Our love for the things we have, yes. But more than that, it's a sense of righteous indignation. It's a sense of, who the hell do you think you are that you could come into my house and try to take my things and hurt my children and destroy my life and hurt my wife and children and family, mother and people that lean on me? How dare you? Everyone I've talked to who's successfully defended themselves, who made that decision to turn from victim into defender, it all comes from that righteous indignation, that getting pissed off moment. So at the beginning of this long journey we're going to take together in devil fighting, right? I'm not just using colloquialisms when I tell you that God called me to the sword of the Spirit, to be a spiritual warrior in this end time, to lay down my rifle, my human desire to go to war, and pick up my spiritual sword and go to war in the heavenly realms, in the unseen four-dimensional, fifth dimension, whatever you want to call this, in this unseen world, to be a warrior in that unseen world. And for me, you get pissed. If you interview heroes from physical wars, Audie Murphy springs to mind. Like 5'5" nothing, like 130-pound man. And he charged a machine gun nest in World War II, single-handedly, killed a bunch of people with his rifle, got up close enough that he could cap the guy in the machine gun nest, I think with a pistol that he picked up off a dead soldier, off a dead German, right? And then he turns this machine gun around to face the enemy, and he just starts mowing the enemy down, right? After this massively heroic thing that got his whole company out from under this machine gun fire and turned that battle around, when they would interview Audie Murphy, they would say, what caused you to jump out of your place of cover and just charge that machine gun nest like that? And he said, I looked to the left of me and I saw my friend get killed. And I looked to the right of me and I saw my friend get killed. And it made me mad. And I can't tell you, I just got angry. And I was mad at them for killing my friends. And I had to stop them from killing any more of my friends. These are my brothers. You're killing my brothers. Stop it. I'm sorry. I cry when I fight. It's the most puzzling thing. I've been in fights with men, fist fights when I was young. And I'd get crying like this and they'd think they'd won. And then I just really start to fight. That's when the fights start, when the tears flow for me. So I cry when I fight. It's that righteous indignation. How dare you? And you have to get that way about what the devil has done in this world, about what the demonic has done in your life, about what the demonic has done to you and the people that you care for and love. And that is the passion behind a fervent prayer, a vengeful prayer against the demonic, a binding prayer against the demonic, a proclamation, a prophetic proclamation, a declaration of spiritual war. This comes from getting pissed. If you're not pissed, you're a victim. If you're not pissed at the devil, you're a victim of the devil and he's just feasting on you. So what is the nature of this game? Why does he hate us? Why does Satan and his minions hate us? Well, he's an invader. That's just pretty simple. When you want to eradicate, let's say somebody decided that Montana is a beautiful place to be, and they just, let's say Russia, superpower, looks down on little Montana, and they go, I think I'd like to live there. The problem is, a bunch of people already live there. I'm talking about conquest, right? I'm talking about eradication. I'm talking about genocide, right? To own Montana, you'd have to genocide everybody that lives in Montana so it could be yours. Because if you just throw them out, they'll just come back, right? You can subjugate them, but that's just a pain in the butt. I mean, ultimately, you want them dead if you're a conqueror, right? Nothing against the folks in Montana. Love y'all in Montana. What's up, Billings? All that, I'm sure it's cold there, even in the summertime. But what do you do in the summertime in Montana? Well, on that day, they all close down shop and go fishing. That one day, summer's only one day. Never mind. Sorry, that little levity, right? A little comic relief. A little comic relief. So, the devil hates us because he wants to possess this planet, right? He wants to be the ruler of this earth. He wants to be the king of this earth. And the only thing standing between him and his kingdom is us humans. Because guess what? God already claimed this earth for us. He gave it to us. He gave Adam dominion over the animals, over the planet, over this earth. He gave us, as demonstrated in the personage of Christ, he gave us the power and authority to stand up for ourselves and to speak to the storm and say, peace be still. To speak to the elements and go, you know what? Gravity doesn't apply to me because I'm the boss of this planet and I'm going to walk on water if I want to. Death itself doesn't even have any power over me because I am the rightful ruler, the rightful owner of this planet. As sons of Adam, God put this out there for us. So this is our planet. He put us in charge. I really hate when people say God is in control. No, God put you in control. That's why this earth is so screwed up. You're abdicating your throne. You're abdicating, you're giving up your rightful place as the rightful owner of planet Earth. And you're letting these demons, these usurpers, tell you that they're in charge. You're letting them control things. You're letting them take control of our government. You're letting them take control of your church. You're letting them take control of your family. You're letting these demons take control of you and your own thinking. And they've made you a victim. And that should piss you off, but for some reason it just don't. Why doesn't that piss you off? It pisses me off. I'm fighting mad all the time. Me and the devil, we agree. I hate the devil and the devil hates me. You got to hate the devil. You got to shout. Shout at the devil. Shout him down, right? You have to stand up for yourself, for your family, for your community, for your state, for your country, for this planet Earth. We are the rightful owners of this planet, and the devil and his demons are usurpers. They are invaders. They are conquerors that are coming here to conquest, right? They want to bring you into subjugation, right? They want to either subjugate you or kill you, or subjugate you so they can kill you. Better yet, they want you to kill yourself. Save them the trouble. Why don't that piss you off? Why doesn't that piss you off? Why aren't you pissed? Why aren't you ready to fight back? Why do you keep giving up your lunch money to these bullies? Even though we have the power of God as demonstrated in the life of Jesus Christ, as played out by the faithful down through time, we have the spiritual authority and the spiritual power to move mountains, to put a stop to all of this evil. But we don't, because we think we can't. You know why? Because we think God's in control, and we get on our little prayer things, and we sit next to our bed and at night like a little Precious Moments doll, and we beg God to help us and to fix things. Not against prayer. I'm trying to teach you about a different way to pray. Pray in authority. Pray in authority. Know that we are the rightful rulers and owners of this planet, not Satan and his demons. And God would be in control, except he put us in control. He went, here's a planet. You guys are in charge. I give you all the power and authority to be in charge. All you have to do is have faith in me. Have faith that you are who I said you are. That you are joint heirs with Christ. That you can do even greater things than he did. Just have that faith. Operate in that power. Everything will be all right. But yet, we won't operate in faith. We don't operate in power. We don't speak to the mountain. We don't shout down the devil. We don't speak to the enemy. We just subjugate ourselves to chaos. Throw it up to luck, bad luck. Throw it up to, I made a mistake. Oh, I guess I had that coming. You guys have mass Stockholm syndrome. You need to get angry at the devil. You need to get angry and eradicate these lions that are roaming to and fro, seeking whom they may devour. Who do they devour? Whoever they may, whoever they're allowed to devour. Why are you being eaten up by devils? Because you're allowing it. Seeking whom he may devour. Not who he shall devour. Shall is position of power. We're learning that with this recent Second Amendment Supreme Court thing, the difference between shall and may. Right? The devil is seeking who he may devour. He ain't devouring me because I'm mad as hell. I'm not taking it anymore. I'm going to shout at that devil. I'm going to shout him down. I'm going to operate in the power and authority that Jesus gave me and demonstrated in his life and his ministry on this planet while he was here in human form. It's the only thing that pulled me out of my very rocky start in life. It would have been easy for me to look at some of the things that happened to me in my life at any point and say, oh, that was bad enough to give me an excuse to just be a victim and to never accomplish anything, and I don't have to work, and I don't have to become a better person. No one expects much of old Sage. I mean, considering all he's been through. But instead, I'm working on me on a daily basis to become a stronger, better human. A better version of me. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Mind, body, spirit, right? You can't become a better version of you if you've got some demon standing on your neck. You can't run a marathon if you're dragging a bag full of demons. If they're hanging on to you, you know, there's my son was big for his age, always has been, always was, still 6'5". I don't know how many pounds he is these days, but he's a big old boy, as we say down in the South. And he always was. And I went to pick him up from school in, I don't know, 5th grade, 4th grade. And he had a kid on his back. He was holding a football, and he's just moving slowly towards the goal. And he's got a kid on his back. He's got a kid hanging on each arm. He's got a kid on each leg, right? And then he's got a kid standing in front of him, shoving him backwards. And he just keeps taking another step, dragging these kids towards the goal line, dragging step, because he was so much bigger than them that 5, 6, 7 of them couldn't keep him from carrying that football across the goal line or take him off his feet. So it's really hard to cross the goal line, though, when you're covered up in demons like that. You're dragging these little demons along, and they're trying to hold you back. I've been held back by them. You are being held back by them. People you love are being held back by them. At least held back, if not devoured by them. That ought to piss you off. Why? Go in the mirror. As soon as you hang up this video, go in the mirror. Look in the mirror, look yourself right in the eye and go, why am I not more pissed at the devil for what he's done to me and my family and my life? Because you can't fight back until you first get angry. You have to get fed up. Are you fed up with what the devil's done to you? I'm going to give you the tools as I lay out this mission that God set me on. At first I thought it was a single thing, and now I realize it's just, I have this belief system. It's all intertwined. It's spiritual power on one side and love and grace and forgiveness on the other. And when you combine those two things, it's powerful and it's life-changing. And it's changed my life, taken me from the edge. I mean, you guys have seen me go from some highs and lows, right, in life. But even my lowest spot since I've been on this channel is higher up than I was in 1986. In 1986, a man don't get any lower than that right there. And that is where my life probably would have ended if it wasn't for what I'm telling you I began to learn. I got mad at the devil, and I decided to stop being a victim. Stop letting other humans victimize me. Began to realize these other humans were being controlled by demons. That the devil was out to get me. When I figured out in 1986 that the devil was out to get me, and I set out to fight back and stand up for myself, my life started to change. And I made a pretty good life for myself. Even what you're seeing right now, which may seem random since the van down by the river, what you don't really understand is that somewhere along the time I started this channel, I put into play a plan for the last part of my life. Now, there was supposed to be somebody else in this cabin in the woods with me, but they chose a different path, right? They chose to separate our life paths. It's heartbreaking. It still is after all this time. Build a life with someone, get to know someone to that level, and then just go, no, I'm going to go this way. See you later. I mean, if you guys got to know, I made this plan with somebody else. Right down to being a harmonica player instead of a piano player, so I wouldn't have to wag that piano around. You guys don't know some things about me, but I'm getting well known as a harmonica player in Oklahoma City area. And I get a lot of hits on my some of my videos I put up on different sites. Other people put up for me some performances I've done. And but yeah, I've done okay for myself, right down to I couldn't foresee this channel, this way of making a living, this way of ministering from my cabin, but this having a little cabin, a little off-grid place, it's all part of a plan, and I've come a long ways. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just telling you. The devil had me earmarked for death. I was going to be part of that 27 club, dead at 27. That's what the devil had planned for me. But I had the guts to stand up to his emissary and went, no, no thanks. You can keep your record deal. You can keep your stardom. You can keep your money. I'll live this life my way. No, I won't bend over and kiss the devil's butt. No, I won't give up Jesus. I'm sorry. And when despair came, I spoke to the devil and went, no, I won't take my life. No, I won't. No, no, I won't kill someone else because they've hurt me. I'm just going to learn to heal. Healed people heal people. But you can't heal until you get pissed off at the person who is hurting you. And I don't mean the person, I mean the entity behind the person that's hurting you. Memorize this. It's one of your first tools as a devil fighter, whether it's intercessory prayer or whether it's exorcism or whether it's just self-growth and self-healing. Memorize this. Are you ready? Write this down. Write this down. Take a little note to remind yourself in case you didn't know. Remember this. When you're dealing with somebody that has hurt you, somebody that has victimized you, somebody that has made you hate them, here's the road to forgiveness. You ready? Here's a method. Say this out loud with me. And say their name. Let's say, I don't want to name some names because people from my past watch my channel, but name an ex, for instance, and say, you know what? Let's say your ex is I have to pick a name that's not an actual ex of mine. Michelle. I don't think I've ever dated a Michelle. You can say, Michelle, I love you, but I hate your demons. I love you, but I hate your demons. You know, you got to be able to separate the child of God from the demon that is controlling them, from the demon that is made them a victim to the point that they become a victimizer. I mean, that's what happens. When you become a victim enough, eventually you can either turn around, like I'm talking about, and get pissed at the demonic, right, and take charge of your life, or you can just give in to the putrefaction of your soul, just give in to the calcification of your soul, just give in to the mastitizing. I don't know what happens when a cancer just grows, a tumor just metastasizes. There you go. You can give yourself to that and become a victimizer too. Hurt people. Or you can stand up, fight for yourself, fight for your healing, fight for your wholeness. Do what Jesus did or even greater things. Act in that faith of the mustard seed. Take control against this usurper, against these invaders in our planet, into our lives that are invading into our families and into our homes and into our own thinking. Stand up against this unseen enemy and speak to it in power and authority and faith. I'm hoping to raise up end-time warriors who will sit in their little cabin in Minnesota or their little cabin down in Texas or their little apartment that no one knows they're even there and there's people all around, but they keep to themselves. These quiet prayer warriors who are undoing the works of the devil through the words of faith that they speak to the heavenly realms, when they operate in the power and authority that Christ gave us and showed us through his example when he walked this earth. Devils fear me now. Let me say that straight up. Your devils fear me. I have many people from my past that have come to me for help, and I've helped them along the way, but sooner or later they run because their devils are afraid of me, and they rightfully should be, because if you spend enough time around me, your devils will flee. Because I will teach you to resist the devil. And when you resist the devil, he has to flee from you. What is resistance? Is it quiet? I resist. Peaceful. Not peaceful resistance. That's a made-up thing. Resistance is violent. The Bible says the kingdom of heaven is violence, and the violent take it by force. The kingdom of heaven, this peace that we search and want, it only comes through warfare. It only comes through silencing the enemy that's seeking to destroy you. So I'm going to give you tools over the course of the next few months. But I got to tell you, if you don't help me stay clear of the cares of this world, and when I mean the cares of this world, I mean financial woes, that I'm at the class in life and the place in life where if I don't work, I don't eat, and I can't do this job and drive or work in a music store at the same time. Like one of my viewers said, give up my day job to bring you this truth, to teach you to embrace this new reality so you can go from zero to something, from nothing to something, from nothing to a spoiled, rotten king, right? Son of the king. I like to say, I'm a spoiled, rotten child of the king. Kings and priests is what Jesus says we are. Kings and priests. It's about time we started acting like that. But I need your help financially, or I get weighed down by the cares of this world. And I do good to get myself and put myself into spiritual warfare mode. Now I have to teach you and raise up this army, and it's going to take financial help so that I have the time to do it. So I have the time to pray. So I have the time to teach you what needs to be taught to you. Some of you, I do this through emails. What you can't see on this channel is that if you're watching and you're just a viewer, I interact with people via email daily. Sometimes text messages, phone calls. I've been to people's homes, right, who are viewers. I've let viewers come to my home, right? I don't do this with anyone. It's only when God calls me to do it, or everything happens for a reason. I won't even go there. But, yeah, it's time that you guys armor up. We need to armor up. Spiritual war is afoot, and spiritual warfare and spiritual warriors, people schooled in spiritual warfare, are few and far between. And this channel is about rectifying that. No, you don't got to be perfect. No, you don't got to live a perfect life. No, you don't have to be holier than thou. You don't have to be righteous or pious. You have to be righteous in the right way, righteous in the fact that you follow God's right path for your life. And all of our paths are leading to the same place. Armageddon, the battle between good and evil, the final throwdown, and we're going to have that battle fought on a spiritual realm around here. We are the spiritual warfare people, and the people that are listening to this you're going to get schooled in this. The people in the church are not doing it. They're just, for the most part, they're just sitting by with their get out of jail free card, their hellfire insurance, waiting on the plane ticket out. They're like the Bop Comet people, the Heaven's Gate people. They got their black tennis shoes, they've neutered themselves, shaved their heads, and now they're just waiting to get picked up by the UFO. That's how I feel about these churches waiting on the rapture. When you're in an end time war, pick up your sword and fight in Jesus' name. In this spiritual war. And it starts here. It starts right here. Rise up and be counted. Whom in this day will you serve? And not choosing is choosing. Complacency is choosing. It's choosing to be a victim. There's two kinds of people in a war. Victims and combatants. Which one are you going to be? Help me out so I can continue this work, so I can continue to train people how to fight this spiritual war. I'm telling you, I'm bringing a powerful message. If you can't see that, it's because you've not seen the whole picture. You've not seen the big picture. May God release the big picture so that you can see it right now and release the funds I need so I can quit having to come on here and complain about not having quite enough. I still don't have a stove. I still don't have carpet on the floor. I still don't have a sink. All right? A kitchen sink. Because I'm not chasing a buck. I'm not out trying to make maximum money. I'm sitting here in the quiet of this cabin, racking my brain, searching my soul, and praying for God's guidance on how we move next in this spiritual war that most of you are just now figuring out is going on. Like a lot of you are just now figuring out that we're in a spiritual war. We've been in one and we're losing. We need new recruits. We need new fighters. And I'm just the kind of guy to train people how to fight because I'm a fighter. I'm a spiritual warfare expert. I've got great training, and I know how to train you. But first of all, you got to get angry, and you got to do something about it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. PayPal in the description. Hit me up with some money. Pay some tithes. Give some love gifts. Whatever, however you see it. Help a brother out. Send some financial help. And may the Lord bless and keep you. Send your emails, questions, all that. All that stuff's going to be in the description. Email, P.O. Box, PayPal. May God bless and keep you. May His face shine upon you. And may He bless you in everything you do. And may you become a light cannon against the devil, slaying the darkness with your light. All right. We'll see you next time.